Long ago, in the land of Egypt, a cruel king ruled over the people. The Israelites were his slaves, suffering under his harsh rule. But then, a child was born, a child chosen by Allah. His name was Musa, and his journey would change the world forever. One night, Pharaoh had a terrible dream. He saw his kingdom fall and a child rise to take his place. He woke up in fear and his heart full of anger.
Kill all the Israelite boys. Do not let the prophecy come true.
A mother of Musa, full of love and fear, placed her baby in a basket. She let him float on the river, trusting in Allah to protect him. The basket drifted down the mighty Nile, carried by the current. It floated past reeds and dangerous waters until it reached the palace of Pharaoh. There, a woman of great kindness and faith would change the child's fate forever. Musa grew up in Pharaoh's palace, but he saw the suffering of his people. One day, he made a terrible mistake, and his life changed forever, and he left the palace. Musa walked through the desert for many years. One day, he saw something strange. A tree burning with fire but not turning to ash. Then he heard a voice. "Musa, you are chosen." Musa returned to Egypt. He stood before Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go." But Pharaoh laughed and refused to listen. "If you do not believe, then behold the power of the Almighty." He cast down his staff, and before their eyes it twisted and writhed, turning into a great serpent that slithered across the throne room. But Pharaoh refused to listen, so the plagues struck Egypt, each worse than before. The river turned to blood and people could not drink. Frogs filled every house. Then came swarms of gnats and flies, and sickness spread among people and animals. Hail crashed down from the sky, destroying the land. Locusts ate everything left. For 3 days, darkness covered Egypt, thick and endless. But Pharaoh was too proud to surrender, and his stubbornness brought disaster to his people. Musa led his people away at night. They were scared but hopeful. But behind them, Pharaoh's soldiers were coming fast, ready to take them back. The people cried, "Musa, they will catch us." But Musa was calm. He lifted his staff, and suddenly the wind roared and the sea began to shake. Then something amazing happened. The water rose up like 2 giant walls, leaving a dry path in the middle. The people were shocked, but they quickly started walking through, knowing it was their only way to freedom. Pharaoh, in his arrogance, followed. But the sea does not show mercy to tyrants. The waves rose high, and the mighty king of Egypt was swallowed by the deep. As the waves swallowed him, Pharaoh finally understood the truth. But it was too late. His power, his army, his kingdom vanished beneath the ocean. On the other side, Musa and his people stood in silence. The sea had closed behind them. The oppressor was gone. Freedom had come at last. The path ahead was long, filled with trials. But they were no longer slaves. They were a people reborn, walking towards their destiny.